Right, good afternoon everybody and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan. Now today guys, we've got a good story that goes to show you how far a Thai woman is willing to go to make you fall in love with them and marry them. So stay tuned for that. Now before we get into today's Thailand story, I made a video on the weekend, It was a bit more of a hardcore video that I do normally make, and I've had a few emails and messages from people who are worried about me. There's nothing to worry about guys, I'm absolutely fine. What you've got to understand is that I live in Thailand's countryside, Isan, Thailand. There's not much to do here and I spend most of the time with myself, and my only companion really is my 3-year-old son. So yeah, a lot of things can get on top of you. It's quite a secluded place, and I had all the plans to move to Hua Hin and spend Christmas there, or early next year be there, and I had plans on what I was going to do with the channel, etc. So yeah, just kind of got on top of me, so apologies if I come across a little bit stressed. And yeah, it gets a little bit annoying when guys are just getting into so many bad situations and not going off the gut feeling, not looking at the red flags, not listening to themselves and just thinking, no, this aerobics is awesome and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going forward until my money runs out or I croak it. Some guys are willing to go that far for a beautiful woman. So guys, I'll stop waffling and let's jump into today's Thailand story. Hi Dan, hope you have been well mate and fully recovered from your illness and everything is going well with your son William. This is a follow-up to the relationship I was in with a Thai woman over the past 12 months. Now a little about me first. I'm a 50-year-old Australian, never married, no kids, and decided in my early 20s, married life and living in the matrix just wasn't for me. And I wanted to travel and experience different countries and focused on employment with companies that enabled this. The last 25 years I've worked overseas off and on in different Asian countries, and in particular Thailand over the last 10 years. And I've also been coming to Thailand twice a year on pleasure holidays over the last 10 years. I love the country and I will be moving to Thailand in early 2025. Now, it's late August 2023 and I'm at Starbucks Central World in Bangkok late in the afternoon waiting for my coffee. As usual, plenty of beautiful Thai women at Starbucks. Serious eye contact starts with one of them, so I move closer to her and introduce myself. Her name is Anong. We chat while we are waiting for our coffee, and we end up sitting in Starbucks for about an hour. It's an easy flowing conversation. Anong has a great personality, she is very funny and close to my age. She is 48, pretty in a plain way but with a killer body. Now her English is very good. I even mentioned this to Anong, and she explains it's because she has worked in many Western style restaurants in Bangkok over the last 20 years, and her current job is working at a florist shop. So she has learned English over the years from being in these work environments dealing with Western customers.
I smell bullshit.
So we end up leaving Starbucks and have a walk around Central World, and Anong asks me what I am doing tonight. I tell her that I will be going to Chinatown tonight for dinner as there is a restaurant I really like there. So I ask if she would like to join me and she agrees. We get a taxi to Chinatown and walk around the area and get to know each other more and then we have a great meal at my favourite restaurant and sink a few beers. It's a great afternoon and evening with Anong. Anong has to work tomorrow and she lives near MBK. We get a taxi back to her condo. We hug and kiss. She does say to me it's a shame the night has to end now, but she has to work tomorrow. But tells me she would like to meet up tomorrow night for another dinner. I'm thinking, great. She's good company and I like Anong. So, the next morning, it's a Friday. Having breakfast and Anong sends me a message about how much she enjoyed yesterday's afternoon and last night. So I call her and we discuss where we are going to meet tonight. We meet up at a restaurant that Anong worked at many years ago. But first I just want to get this conversation out of the way. I ask Anong, are you a freelancer or a holiday girlfriend? She laughs it off. Oh, no, I am a good girl. And she even jokes around about that she understands that I ask this because so many Thai women doing this now that even have jobs. Towards the end of the dinner, Anong mentions she doesn't have to work over the weekend and we should spend the weekend together. So over a few more drinks, we discuss exactly how that is going to work. We get a taxi to Anong's condo and she's right. She told me over a few drinks, can't even swing a cat in here condo, it's so small. So she packs a bag for the weekend and we go back to my hotel in Soi 33. Now, what follows that night was some of the best aerobics I have ever had. And this continues all weekend. What a weekend and a start to this holiday. Now, Monday morning, Anong up early. She has to go to work, but not before some more aerobics. Now, Anong calls me late in the afternoon. We have a chat about how good the weekend was and she wants us to spend the rest of my holiday together so we could get to know each other even more. And she says she doesn't expect me to pay for everything. She will contribute when she can. So now I break my own rules and stay with the same woman. We end up spending the remainder of my holiday together. Nearly every night. It's great. Just having fun times, we can joke around with each other. We even have some common interests we can talk about. And she's not on the phone too much like some other Thai women I've been with over the years. She tells me she is originally from Korat and the rest of her family is still there, and also tells me about all the jobs at restaurants she has worked at over the years, and we actually go to some of these restaurants over the next few weeks. I visit her work. I also meet some of her friends. We have some great nights out with them as well. And I did not get stuck with paying any bills for Anong's friends. So far, so good. Now, the end of the holiday. Anong comes to the airport with me. We have a talk about what we are going to do while I am in Australia, as we both want to keep in contact. We agree to keep in contact via video calls until I return in a few months for work. Again, I am thinking, I have never done this before. So, it's up the escalators to the departures. I hate this part. Even when I have always done it without a woman waving goodbye to me from the bottom of the escalators. It's like going up into the Temple of Doom.
Fortune and glory, kid. Fortune and glory.
Just hate boarding the plane back to Australia, and again, this is why over the last few years I have started to think, time to leave the Matrix in Australia and move to Thailand soon. Now, back in Australia, Anong and I keep in contact on the video calls. 4 weeks pass. Anong advises via text message one morning that she will be heading back to Korat to visit her family for 2 weeks, and during this 2-week period there is very little contact. I receive one text message each week, and she explains on the messages she likes to just spend this time with her family and hopes I will understand this. After the 2 weeks she's back, and it's back to daily video calls. Dodgy. Now, I am a little suspicious of the trip back to Korat, but I give her the benefit of the doubt, as I know how important family is to Thai people, and we have only really just met. I get back to Thailand in late October 2023 for work and stay for another 4 weeks. We pick up where we left off. It's more great aerobics. And I get my work done, and Anong works at the florist shop. The free time we have, we go on some riverboat restaurant cruises and explore a few more areas of Thailand on the weekends. We go to couples spa retreat one weekend, and Anong pays half of this and is paying for the occasional meal. It's another great 4 weeks with Anong. Now, Anong mentions before I go that she wants us to be in an actual relationship. She's like, we both really like each other. We get along so well and even joke, and the boom boom is fantastic. Anong says, just think about it. We could be together in the future. And at this point, I haven't even told her about my intentions to move to Thailand in early 2025. Now, meanwhile, back in Australia, daily video calls resume, and Anong is asking when I do think that I will be back. I advise it depends on what is happening with work over Christmas and the New Year period. Late November work advises there will be a 4-week break shutdown over the Christmas and New Year period starting from December the 22nd. So I booked another trip to Thailand for 4 weeks. Anong arranges to get a week off work, and we spent Christmas and New Year in Krabi. And this ends up being one of the best holidays I've ever had in Thailand. Anong's company is great, and the aerobics goes next level on this trip. I am even getting massages every night and in the morning. And Anong contributes to some of the costs of this getaway to Krabi. So it's back to Bangkok for the remainder of the holiday. The rest of the holiday, when Anong is at work during the week and some Saturdays, I spend a few hours in the hotel gym in the mornings and get massages in the afternoon. Evenings we are out enjoying the Bangkok's nightlife and restaurants. It's another great 4 weeks with Anong. Now it's the end of January 2024 and it's time to fly back to Australia. Before I leave, Anong is asking about what we are going to do for the rest of this year and what are my long-term plans. What is actually going on with us? I explained to her that I am thinking of moving to Thailand in early 2025. I really like her and I do like how the relationship is going so far, and let's see how it goes for the rest of the year. And then she also mentions we should live together as soon as I move to Thailand. Now, I do visit Thailand 2 more times in 2024, once again for work in April and once again for a pleasure holiday in August. But in between these 2 visits there is a major red flag. Anong goes missing for 2 weeks in June. The day before she does, I get a message from Anong saying I am going to the temple for 2 weeks for a religious sabbatical and won't be contactable. I do try to message and video call Anong, but no answer. Anong messages me 2 weeks later. I am back from the temple. Miss you very much. We video called that evening. She just seems a little bit off, like her mind is elsewhere. A bit moody, doesn't really want to talk much about what she's been doing at the temple, and she seems very tired. This is not what she is normally like. She ends the call saying she needs to sleep. We speak again the following night, and she seems to be back to what she is normally like, but I am still thinking, something is off here. I've got this gut feeling. So, this brings the relationship up to late August 2024. At this point in the relationship, I am really enjoying the times with Anong, and I do really like her, and it's even working okay when I am not there and we are on the video calls. And she is not asking me for money. I am not sending her money, and like I mentioned, she is actually contributing to some of the costs. But I still have this gut feeling that something is not right. In particular, about the time she was at the temple for 2 weeks in June, and I bring it up again with Anong, but she shuts it down quickly and doesn't want to talk about it. I'm thinking, time to get into her phone while she's sleeping. I've clocked her passcode a few days ago. Guys, I've not even read this story yet, and I'm about to freak out a little bit. Here it goes. So, the last night of my August trip 2024, and it's a hell of a night. We are having a great dinner, and Anong hits me with, I think we should think about getting married in early 2025 when you move to Thailand. At first, I thought she was joking because she likes to joke around a bit. But no, she is serious. And Anong rattles off many reasons why we should get married. Like, we get along so well together, we have common interests, we have been seeing each other for 1 year now, and the aerobics is great. Can't fault her on that one. We are close in age, and we have recently talked about maybe we could live together when I move to Thailand, and she keeps saying to me, you know it works well with us being together, and then she says, I love you. And I know at this point she wants me to say it back to her, but I don't. She goes absolutely nuclear while we were at a Japanese restaurant. And it's the first time I've seen her like this, and it isn't pretty. My sweet, lovable Anong goes from a cute gizmo to a gremlin. She has a major rant. I just sat there drinking my beer and let her vent. And then she just goes quiet and keeps staring at me with the angry face. I know from past experiences, just don't get into an argument with an Asian woman. It just makes it worse. Just let them cool down. Anong finishes her meal and drink, and we leave the restaurant. Half an hour later, she is talking again and comes close to me for a hug and a kiss. Gizmo Anong has returned. Now that she's calmed down, I talk to Anong and I say to her that I understand what you're saying and what you want, and everything that she has said to me. I say to her we can continue even without us being married. And I do tell her we are not getting married or setting any timelines on when or if this may happen. We have only known each other for 12 months. Let's give it some more time and wait until I move to Thailand. But I realise later in the evening when we are at a bar having a few more drinks, Anong is just fixated on marriage now. She brings up Krabi because she knows how much I love Krabi, talks about how great it would be to be married there if it were to happen. And we can just have a small wedding on the beach. And then admits she has been already doing some research about this. But later in the night, the marriage talk finally dies down. We get back to the hotel and it's makeup aerobics. Boom, boom. After this, she is exhausted and she falls asleep. But me, I'm wide awake. It's time to get in to that phone.
Oh shit.
So I grab her phone and I sit on the balcony and punch in the passcode. I open the Photos video app. There is Anong with all these older foreign men in their 60s, 70s, and the photos and videos show some very hardcore aerobics activities. So, after viewing the photos and videos, I've got a pretty good idea what she's been doing outside flower arrangements at the florist shop. So I open the email app. Emails of travel itineraries to Chiang Mai and Pattaya, and they match up with the dates Anong told me she was away visiting the family in Korat and at the temple. And there is another travel itinerary for Hua Hin in June 2023. Anong is a holiday girlfriend, an aerobics doll for old married men who come to Thailand on golf trips for 2 weeks 3 times a year. The more I read her emails about these golf trips, Anong and some of her friends have been doing this holiday girlfriend work for many years, and it's managed and run by an old Swedish guy who lives in Chiang Mai. He is in regular contact with Anong about when she needs to be available for these golf trips, so Anong can coordinate time off with her work. A quick Google search reveals their website and Facebook page for this business, and it advises everything you could possibly want is provided on these golf holidays. It's a turnkey holiday operation providing world-class golf courses and services and unforgettable Thailand experiences in Chiang Mai and Hua Hin and Pattaya. That last bit of unforgettable experiences must be referring to all the hardcore aerobics parties these married men are having on these golf trips. Now, back to the photos and the videos on her phone. Anong is fully engaged in everything. Anong has racked up a high body count over the years. There are the usual aerobics activities, but then there is also some with other men from these golf trips. Gotta be careful what I say on YouTube, guys. Doing this with other holiday girlfriends and even with ladyboys. Lesbian parties with all the holiday girlfriends that Anong is clearly enjoying, and all the old guys are watching. It's Planet of the Apes gone F wild. Now, back to her emails. I see one email with the heading about an Australian guy that she has met. It's about me, to her friend. And they talk about what Anong is going to do, as he will eventually get suspicious when you are away for 2-week periods. Now Anong's reply to her friend is, I know he will. That's why I am trying to put pressure on him for us to get married ASAP. And she mentions the holiday girlfriend work. She wants to get out of it, as it's just becoming too hard on her body at her age now. Now, I totally agree with that after seeing all the photos and the videos. She does mention she likes me, but she just wants someone to look after her financially so she can get out of this life. The other emails I scanned through, she is keeping in contact with most past and current customers, and they are all married, and they just complain to Anong about it, how much they hate their wives, and they can't wait for their next golf trip back to Thailand to be with Anong. Anong sends them all back the same response: love you and miss you so much, honey. Normally with a cheeky photo, or sends them a video of what they did on the last golf trip. Now, there was a few emails from the wives who have found out about what's been happening on these golf trips. They must have gotten into the husband's emails. They let fly with abusive emails to Anong, but Anong responds back, "Not my fault. Your husband is cheating and I am just providing a service." I've seen and read enough now. So I put the phone back and get a few more hours sleep. Anong wakes up at 6:30 and gets ready for work and says she will call me later so we can arrange to go to the airport together tonight. On the way back to the airport, there is more talk from Anong about getting married. So I just go along with it now. I know that I cannot change her thinking on this now, and I don't want to have a major blow up in the taxi or at the airport. So I get back to Australia and Anong calls. She is straight into marriage talk again, and she wants to know if I am okay with her planning, researching a few things until I return in a few months' time. When she stops talking, I just get straight into it. I say to Anong, I know everything. I've been through your phone, read your emails and seen all the videos and photos of the golf trips, and this is the end of us. There is silence for about a minute, and then she just calmly says, "This is the way it is for most Thai women these days. It will be hard for you to meet a woman who hasn't or is not currently doing this type of work. And I'm sorry, I can't be the Thai woman you want me to be." And then she hangs up. That is the story of my relationship with Anong over the past 12 months. And yes, after 10 years of not getting involved in a relationship with a Thai woman, it finally happened. And I thought Anong was different. Now, I did mean to send this email to you last month, but just been so busy with work. When I move to Thailand, Dan, I will email you to see if we can catch up and sink a few beers and have a few laughs. Until then, take care and keep up the great work. Best regards. Right guys, a very long but detailed story to show you how far one of these types of Thai women will go to try to marry you, catch you. They will invest their own hard-earned money from the jobs that she's been doing. It was hard-earned. And she's been putting that into this guy, sharing a few of the bills, etc., making sure that this guy falls in love with her so she can get what she wants. She wants a guy who can financially support her and take care of her. And she was hoping that this guy was going to do it before he found out about what she does for work, because by that time he's already married, he's already invested into her, maybe put a house in her name or God knows what, and then she can have the upper hand a bit, because it'll be much more difficult for this guy to walk away, and she'll be able to get that She'll be able to get that guy to forgive her and then say she won't do any of that again. You support me, baby. I just need this much money. I've got to send money back home, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets into a financial relationship until God knows what happens in the months or years to come. We all know what can happen. But guys, by listening to this story and listening to what this guy went through, it can easily happen to you. If you think you've come across a good girl that's different to the rest because she's helping out, she's just working in a florist shop, you know, she's like the perfect girl, she's beautiful, and the aerobics is amazing. That's always key to be able to bag these men. Give good aerobics and you can get any guy to fall in love with you. And yeah, you know, luckily this guy knew something was going on, you know, with a disappearing act when she went to her family's and then she went to a temple. Very odd that she stayed quiet for that amount of time. Obviously, something was going on. It is a bit weird because Thai women will normally try to contact you all the time to make sure that you don't forget about them, that you stay in love with them. They've got to keep that contact because otherwise they could lose that little nest egg, which could be you. So guys, let us know what you think about this story down below, but I just think it's good for newbies to listen to in regards to how far they are willing to go to make you fall in love with them, get married, and then get everything else that comes with marriage. Dum dum dum. Right, apart from that guys, if you want to send in your own Thailand story, then please take the time out to type it out and email it into the channel. Send your emails to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com. Stay safe out there. Don't fall in love. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. And ciao for now. Bye-bye.